Hey guys, before we get started with this video, I want to tell you about a Kickstarter campaign I am running until October 1st, 2020 called A FortKnight of Film. In a nutshell, my plan is to shoot 14 different films while vlogging for 14 straight days with a stretch goal of 30 days. I'll take you along for the journey, the good and the bad, 35mm, 120 and instant, color, black and white and slide, fresh, expired, and discontinued films. I'll be filming it all and showing you the results as they happen. For details, follow the link in the description. Morning. Morning, guys, and welcome to day 3 of my journey in the Canadian Badlands. I did manage to get up at just before 4:30, and I'm gonna try the coffee. I'm gonna see how this goes. Still pretty hot. It's 5:24. I have to be out of here at about 5:45 or sooner if I want to be able to get to the sunrise in time. I'm headed to Orkney Viewpoint. I checked last night to make sure I had the location right. I didn't know what the name was the first time around. We just stumbled upon it, my wife and I. It takes about half an hour to get there. Thankfully, it's not as long as some of the other places. I just got out there to load the first couple things into the truck, and it's raining outside, so I guess we'll see what that brings for this morning's sunrise. Well, looks like I made it. Not a soul in sight so far, and it stopped raining, so all good so far. We'll see how this goes. Well, I'll tell you the first mistake I made already is I forgot to bring my jacket. I had it all ready to go, and I left it probably on the bed or something like that. You sure did. So luckily I decided to wear a long sleeve shirt, but it is still a very brisk morning. Thankfully I have a face scarf. I might cut that. I'm not gonna lie, it is a brisk one. But it is amazing. It's a cloudy sunrise, so I don't know if I'm gonna get crazy colors, but definitely nice light regardless. Because I'm not working with super crazy colors this morning, I decided that the next roll I'm going to load into the 6.7 is Ilford Delta 400, so black and white. It started spitting a little bit for about a minute. Oh, no, felt another drop. It's not too bad though. As you can see over there in the distance, there is some rain happening. So that's the angle I'm going to go for here. That's the Red Deer River, in case you're curious. Luckily, I do have my Fujifilm X-E2S to default on if I do need a quick color shot. I took several exposures. It is getting super windy out. I was basically holding the tripod down. I've got this really, really cheap tripod. So what I end up doing is adjusting the legs in order to make sure that I got an even plane when I take the shot. Yeah. That is absolutely stunning. Absolutely have to warm up. Oh my god. That went really well. I got what I hope to be the best time lapse so far. As a Canadian, I know how expansive things can be, especially here in the prairies. If you're in a densely populated area, this will just seem that much more amazing. I cannot get over how there's nobody here. I'm just here by myself in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna warm up. I'm gonna just blast this heat, warm up for a couple of minutes, and then it looks like some crazy clouds are just go over. Warmed up for just under 10 minutes, ate some beef jerky, I'm back out. It has started to rain, and unfortunately my camera is not weather sealed, so I'm gonna head back in. But this looks really beautiful. Oh man. Next time, our next big purchase is gonna be a weather sealed camera. Yeah. Certainly one of the downsides of having the Pentax 6.7 is that it's not exactly something that you want to have in the rain. I don't have anything that could cover it either. The Fujifilm X-E2S, also not weather sealed. So I do have a weather sealed lens, but that doesn't do me much good for the camera. Debating whether or not right now if I should just head on out or if I should wait a couple minutes for the rain to pass. That's the thing about being out here is you can just look and see how far away before the rain ends. And judging by where the wind's coming from, the rain's not going to end for a while. Yeah, unfortunately, rain clouds as far as the eye can see. This is not a time lapse. That is how fast the clouds are moving. Yeah, I'm calling it. It's still tinkling out, and it could start up again at any time. I got my shots. I'm gonna head back to the motel and have myself some breakfast. Hi everyone, it's been about 2 weeks since my trip to the Badlands, and I got all my video edited and I got all my photos developed, And now what I'm going to do is take one of my favorite photos from that trip and make a darkroom print set out of it, actually for my patrons. I'm going to do a Patreon fulfillment. Normally I do a 4x6 or a 5x7, but this time around I really want to thank everyone for their support, so I'm going to upgrade everybody to an 8x10. So if you end up liking the print you see today, please consider becoming my patron on Patreon. I hope you enjoyed the videos that I put out over the last couple of weeks too. I know that I really enjoyed making them as well as editing them. It's been a while since I've done that 30 Days a Night style, but it's like slipping on an old pair of shoes. It was a lot of fun. Shameless plug there too. So there's nothing to do now but fire up the darkroom and get started. There's just one thing I have to do. Computer, darkroom on.
Initiating Darkroom Protocol Alpha. Welcome, Mr. Knight.
Computer, bathroom lights white.
Okay.
Computer, bathroom lights 100%.
Okay.
Right, so here's my first test strip. It's a little crooked. I've already recomposed it under the enlarger for the next test. What I've used here is Ilford Multigrade 4 Pearl, and each section represents 5 seconds with a 2.5 contrast filter. To me, it looks as though 15 seconds is almost spot on. I've got a squeegee though. I'm going to squeegee it off and see if I change my mind at all. Well, first off, terrible squeegee. It made the print filthy, but let's ignore that. I'm not going to be squeegeeing the final print anyway. Let's have a closer look here. Yeah, to me 15 seconds still looks the best. We got some peak highlights without blowing it out. If we go down to the shadow detail, only the completely shadowed areas are black, which is nice. And it looks really good to me. I am kind of surprised actually, because normally I don't get it off the first test strip. Usually the increments are too much, and I've got to lower the increments to like 2 seconds or something like that. But I think I'm ready to just try a print at 15 seconds and see how it comes out. By the way, this is Ultrafine Extreme 100, if I remember correctly. And it was my first time using it. Also, this is my first time printing a 6x7 negative. So really exciting, really exciting. Looking forward to seeing how the final print will look. Okay, first full print done. Oh man, it looks incredible. I want to let it dry a bit first before I decide 100% that this is what I'm going to do. But wow, I didn't think it was going to be this easy. I fully expected to be fiddle farting with the exposure for at least an hour. But man, when a negative is good, when you got a really good negative and a good shot, of course, it just works out. So I'm going to put this on my drawing rack. Computer, darkroom off.
All systems shutting down.
And set this on my drawing rack here. And then come back in a little bit, and if it still looks great, then I will do the rest. Oh, and just in case you're curious, I'm using Dektol that expired in 1966. I did a test once, and I found that it almost looks better than fresh Dektol. Whatever that means. I mean, it's a matter of taste, but it looks fantastic, and I'm going to be really sad when I run out of the stuff. Okay, guys, I gave this a good amount of time to fully dry, and I still think it looks fantastic. In fact, it lightened up just about as much as I was hoping it would. Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I'm going to go with 15 seconds and bang out the rest of these for my patrons. And yeah, then we'll take a look at the final results. All right, I double checked, and I have a total of 8 patrons that qualify for this. So I'm going to make, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to make about 8 or 10 more. So I'll have a total of 12 at least. That way, if you guys really like this print and you want your own copy starting this month, you can sign up right now and have it mailed to you. All right, my prints are drying. That went fairly smooth. So let me tell you a bit about the process of how I did 9, 10, 11, 12 prints fairly quickly. First thing I did is I exposed them all and I put them in a light tight box. And then I processed them in pairs, facing out, so the Dektol was able to spread evenly over the exposed part of the paper. And yeah, they look great. Let's grab one. So here it is. Like I said, this is multi-grade 4 paper. I haven't had a chance to buy multi-grade 5. This is pearl. I've always liked pearl. I have tried gloss. I do like gloss as well, but I find pearl is the best of both worlds. Matte, I'm not a big fan of matte. I think you need the right type of image for matte, whereas pearl is sort of a universal thing. And I used a 2.5 contrast filter, a medium filter, basically what I consider default. And I think it looks absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with it. Yeah, all that's left is to wait for them to dry, double check to make sure there are no imperfections or creases in the paper, and then start numbering them and mailing them out to my patrons. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really did. It's kind of weird doing a video over the period of 2 weeks. I started in the Badlands doing a sunrise, and I ended here doing a darkroom print from day 1. You know how it is on the last day of a hotel stay. When you're done, you're done. You just kind of wake up and you want to get back home, and that was always the plan anyway. So I'm really glad I got that last sunrise though, and I think I got some great shots from that. I hope you enjoyed this 3-parter on my last trip to the Badlands. I think this darkroom thing was a great way to kind of wrap things up. I do plan on making more darkroom prints from that trip, but I wanted to get my patron fulfillment all settled. Again, link is in the description if you want to contribute to my Patreon, and if you start at the Emerald Knight level, I will have one of those prints mailed out to you for sure. And as always, stay classic.